From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max and on Buzz TV. Hope you had a great week out there. Man, Jags took one on the chin. Going to have to stop all that talk and get back to action and get it done on the football field. Dallas Cowboys coming up next, I think a must win. We're going to win here on this show today. Hopefully, like we always do, my good friend James Stewart. They call him Little Man, but he's not little. He's one of the original Jaguars, one of my good friends and a great running back throughout his time as a running back in the National Football League. We've got a very special, up close and personal, awesome golf tournament called Tee It Up for the Troops. Wait till you hear the backstory on that one. All that and more coming your way this week on The Horse's Mouth. We're at Tommy Max, and we're on Buzz TV. We'll be right back. Proud to introduce my title sponsor for The Horse's Mouth. It's Ewing Real Estate, a great group of people who can help you with any commercial real estate project out there. Whether you're developing land, you're building an office or an apartment complex, or you need some help with financing, we can assist you. Give us a call at 354-5573 or visit us online at alanewing.com. All right, welcome back to The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV, live at Tommy Max. As promised, my good friend, another original Jacksonville Jaguar. It's running back James Little Man Stewart. James, how you doing, bro?
Good, man.
Good to see you. What did I call you James for? Stu? You and I go way back.
Exactly.
It's great to have you at Tommy Max.
Thank you for having
me.
me.
How you been?
I've been good.
You look good, man. You staying in shape?
Staying in shape, staying
I know
out
you got
of
your own
trouble.
fitness center. We'll talk about it, but you stay in shape. How important is that?
It's very important.
Yeah.
I've got clients that are, my oldest client right now is 84 years old. So
Nice.
Just to see them go to their doctor's appointments and the doctor tell them that they're, everything's working the way it should be. They're healthy. And I want them to do that for the rest of their life as long as they can. So
That's right.
That's the most important
It's
thing.
really integral for longevity. My mother's 87, she swears by it. Still walking every day, stretching every day. And she always says, Tommy, I never smoked. So that's the key to life as well. So let's keep that in mind. Former first-round pick, 1995. We played against each other in college. We won't talk about that game, James, because that was not a fun memory of my time. But I remember you coming in as a rookie out of Tennessee. Where did the nickname Little Man come from? Because you're not little.
Well, I was when I was 5 years old. My dad put me on his knee and he called me Daddy's little man. So everybody in my family, which I have 6 other siblings. So everybody in my family started calling me Little Man, and then as I grew up through elementary and middle school, everybody called me that in college. So when I go back home now to Tennessee, it's Little Man, it's not James.
Right.
That's just
what
everybody
that's
calls
what
me.
it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So you get to Tennessee. Was that a dream growing up in Tennessee?
You know what? I know most people say they have a dream of playing football and that's what they thought about their whole lives. I really lived life day to day. Like whatever the next day was, what was going on that day, I tried to enjoy that as much as possible. So I didn't have lofty goals or anything. Just life and my course set me on a path to go to college and play football, but I never was like, oh, I'm dreaming about that all the time. I just lived day to day.
When did you know, though, that you were good enough to play college?
I guess I never really thought of it like as far as I was good enough. I just loved to play.
Yeah.
So
scoring 100 touchdowns was no big deal.
No, I love playing.
I
love playing football on Friday nights, like a lot of us do.
Yeah.
But as far as people telling me what I was and what I wasn't, I never really got into that. So when people started calling for college, I mean, that's when I first knew that people were interested. But other than that, I was like,
did that change in college? I mean, your first round pick. I mean, did it change? Or did that just happen in a natural progression as well?
To be honest with you, I was like any other kid who normally doesn't think that they're good enough at the time, even though everybody's telling you you're good enough. I never believed in like I was the end all be all of everything. So I just said the one thing that I can do is just work hard. Right. So every stop that I went to, I just tried to outwork the next person. It wasn't about ability. I mean, I know I was blessed with it, but I never saw it as let me just be this guy that shows up and thinks I can just go with ability and not have hard work behind it.
Well, you were a gym rat like me. You still are to a certain degree, as I am. But did you always have that in you?
I did. I always
still lifting weights?
I am still lifting weights. But when I first started lifting weights, it was at Tennessee,
Okay.
and I didn't quite know how to lift weights.
Okay.
I thought I did.
So you were a Herschel Walker before you got to Tennessee.
Exactly. So,
Push-ups,
and I remember the first time that I lift weights, I put the barbell on the back of my neck, and it almost flipped me forward.
Oh, jeez.
So then they called everybody out of the room and said, okay, these guys don't know how to work out. We got to show them the proper way of working out. So that's when I started really getting into the techniques of everything, and
What's fun, you start getting stronger, you start seeing it on the field, you feel it in your everyday walk. I mean, it just reinvigorates you day after day because you're getting better in the gym.
Exactly. And you have to be structured. I think a lot of times people think that they could just do a little bit a couple of weeks and then they can shrug off a couple of weeks, but you always start from square one when you do that. So I try to tell people, why don't you just do something 2 or 3 days a week constantly?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that way you're never really out of it completely, right?
Yeah, or do something every day.
It doesn't matter about lifting weights.
Right?
You can go ride bikes. You can walk on the beach. You can walk in your neighborhood. Just something to get your body moving, to get the blood flowing. And I think that's with everybody.
All right, so before we go to break, you're the second first-round draft pick of 1995, Baselli being number one.
Yeah.
What do you think about that when you look back and say, wow, I was one of 2 first draft picks of the organization, Jacksonville Jaguars?
Well, when I first got drafted, and I watched football with my father all, growing up.
Yeah.
So all I knew was tradition, right? So all these other teams had tradition. So when Jacksonville drafted me, I'm like, I told my dad, where's the tradition? There's no tradition. Like,
Where is it?
Where is it?
Right.
And we're in trailers when we first showed up. Remember, there wasn't even a
remember.
stadium really for us playing. I'm just like, my dad's like, are you not happy? I said, I'm happy I made it to the NFL, but where's the tradition? Like, I'm thinking about the 49ers, all these traditions. But now when I look back on it, I was the start of something.
That's right.
And you don't realize that until
Created
you
the
get a little older.
Yep.
When you're younger, you just think about the tradition and what that is at that time.
Yep.
But as you get older, you start to respect that you was the beginning of something.
That's right. You created the structure.
Exactly.
Right? And we did pretty good.
It was
a good run, James.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
All right, we're going to talk more about your career. We're going to talk about your NFL record. One of 4 to have this NFL record. We'll let people hang on that just for a minute. More to come with James Stewart, Little Man Stu, right here at Tommy Max on Buzz TV. We'll be right back. The Horse's Mouth, also brought to you by Stellar. Taking solutions further. Check them out online at stellar.net.
Gross to join us at Oktoberfest Jacksonville, October 12th and 13th at Anheuser-Busch Brewery. The best band, the Wunderbar Band, will be there. We have 2 days, 20 bands, all sorts of fun entertainment for the entire family. Oktoberfestjacksonville.com. Gross.
Right, Sufa, Ziggy Saki, Ziggy Saki, hi, 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 Ziggy Saki, Ziggy Saki, hi, 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 Prost.
All right, welcome back to the Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max on Buzz TV. James Stewart, original Jacksonville Jaguar, first-round draft pick of the Jags, is here with me at Tommy Max. Stu, before the break, I mentioned you're one of 4 guys to have an NFL record of scoring 5 touchdowns in one game. Do you remember every 5?
No, I don't remember every 5, but I mean,
of that game, do you remember?
Yeah, I mean, I've got the balls at home. I've got all 5 touchdowns and balls. And,
do you remember the runs? Like, were they third run, 3 yards, 7 yards,
There was
yards?
some 15, 7, 3. There's some runs in there. It was pretty good. I think they got me on one where I had a little longer run, but they said I didn't get into the end zone. But, so I had to, argue about that.
Yeah, you got to scrub that one off.
Yeah.
So you should have had 6.
I should have had 6.
Maybe 7.
Should have had 6, man.
Yeah,
I should have had the record, but that's here.
1 of 4 though.
1 of 4.
Yeah, and you don't know the other 3.
No.
Never got into that.
never
yeah,
got
I know
into
you're a
that.
humble guy, so it's not a big deal. But do you think about it? I mean, that's pretty big, James. I mean, you're like, look, I like telling people, hey, I'm one of the original Jags. I'm proud of that, right? You're one of the 4 guys.
Yeah, but like I said before, I've never really been that guy to be like, let me tell you my stats. And
right.
I've just
a lot of self-promotion today,
I've just
James.
never been. I know, but I've just never been that type of person. So I stay true to form.
Okay. A lot of self-promotion today from players. Notice that?
It is.
It's kind of the time,
because
maybe.
it's the time. It's more about brand now.
Marketing dollars.
Brand.
Yeah.
And so now it's starting to creep into the NFL where these guys are thinking about their brand now. Normally, me and you come into the league, we're just trying to do everything right what the organization wants us to do, right? Even though we realize that now
Yep.
The organization is doing what's best for them.
That's right.
Not really so much about what's best
That's right.
for you.
The league,
so
too.
Now these players today are going, wait a minute. No,
Yep.
I'm going to do what's best for me and my family.
That's right.
Because you're doing what's best for your organization. So that's where it's different.
I love hearing the stories of guys. I think it's like J.J. Watt. He does, or it's Gronk who doesn't live off his salary from the NFL. He lives off the endorsements that he gets.
Yeah.
Like that's good. That's
very
a good
smart.
thing. Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
Smart. Yeah, I mean,
When you look back in your career, 5 years here, 4 year with Detroit, what's the favorite? Do you have a favorite moment?
favorite
Memory?
moment.
Team?
I mean, they were all good moments. I mean,
How was
some
Detroit?
up and down, but
Did you like Detroit?
Yeah, I like Detroit. Detroit, when I first got there, they had the worst stadium in the league when I got there. But the thing about Detroit is I felt like that they treated me more like a human being along with a football player versus than just a football player. They really wanted to know how my family was. We had our families at practice all the time, so I really loved that part of it.
Okay. How about who did you enjoy running over the most? Anybody?
God, I guess
I know you ran over plenty.
I've had Urlacher a couple of times.
Did you get him?
Yeah, got him a couple of times.
He's tall, but I don't think he's that weighty.
No, but when you start doing all that, I don't remember a lot of it either because the hits that you took, you don't remember a lot of what happened. So.
Well, I know you have a 21-year-old daughter. If you did have a son, would you allow him to play football?
100%.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like that I was blessed to play the sport. I feel like that my mom had me, I knew about football. It's almost like I was already programmed to be able to play sports because I knew how to play it from 5 years old. I knew how to set people up. I knew how to do all that without anybody teaching me. Now, my dad taught me toughness.
Right.
But as far as playing the game of football, I kind of knew how to play that already. So I think if he came out and he was wanting to do certain things and he really loved it, like I loved it, like I slept on, I thought about it all the time, constantly. So if he came out and did, I'm fine with that because I think you need to go with what you've been blessed with.
The rules today, they protect the offensive player.
Yes.
Earlier in the week on Monday Night Football, Adrian Peterson caught a swing pass and the DB hit him in the knee.
Yeah.
I mean, right to the knee. Now, that's happened when we were playing. I'm not saying that. But I think those new rules, everyone's afraid to go up high now, and he could have torn it. I mean, he hyperextended it. He came back in the game. I was like, oh, man, can't you hit him in the chest, hit him in the stomach, hit him in the waist? I mean, what do you think about all the rules today?
I mean,
and I know you're an offensive player. So.
I am an offensive player, but I do think, I'm all in favor for, the rules as far as keeping people safe, but at the same time, it is football, and it's not meant for everybody to play.
That's right. Good point,
If
James.
you don't want to play the sport, then don't play the sport. Yep. But it is a dangerous sport, and like I said again, you choose to go out there. Nobody's forcing you to go play the sport.
Yep.
If your parents don't want you to play the sport at the age that they are, then they'll do what's best for you at that age. When you become of age, then you should decide for yourself what you're willing to do and what you're willing not to do.
Yeah, I think a lot of parents are the ones that are either pushing or not pushing, right?
Exactly.
Hey, not everyone's mate. God gave us big heads, James. Mine bigger than yours. But
now
for a
if
reason.
I got to come in there and I can't tackle you low, but I can't tackle you high, I can't tackle you in the mid-six. I can't even reach over a back of some guy and slightly hit you in the back of the helmet without getting a penalty. So for the defensive guys, I can understand why it's a problem because we might as well just let the quarterback sit back there and not be touched at all.
Yeah,
because that's kind of what's going on now.
Yeah, no
so it's
doubt.
an offense-driven league now. They want the points to be up. They
That's
like
right.
the high flying.
And they are.
And we're adapting the same model that basketball has. Mm-hmm. See, they don't play any defense in basketball either. So they just go up and down the court and the scores 135 to 125.
That's right. You could have played linebacker, dude. You kind of got that mentality.
Well, I played defense in high school,
so
I could have played a little bit.
Yeah, because normally offensive guys are like, oh, no, this is great. I love all the rules.
like aggression.
We score. I like aggression. All right, hang in there. We're going to talk about James Business Studio 33 Fitness Center in Atlantic Beach. We'll talk about that and the Jags as we wrap it up here on The Horse's Mouth with James Littleman Stewart. We'll be right back. The Horse's Mouth also brought to you by Synovus Bank, the bank of here. Check them out online at synovus.com.
This is a Clydesdale. Despite what you see in the commercials, he doesn't play football. He won't bring me a cold one as much as I wish he would. He does not fall easily in love with his kitty cat pals. of which he has none. He's just really good at being a horse on this ranch. I run with help from my banker, a Synovus, Bank of Here. Really, Bruce?
All right, welcome back to the Horse's Mouth. Having some laughs with James Stewart here at Tommy Max. All right, James, big year so far for the Jags. They're 3-2, coming off pretty tough loss on the road in Kansas City. How do you like the team, and where do you think they're going to end up this year? What's your gut telling you?
My gut's telling me that they can end up where they were last year. I think they can go to the Super Bowl. The offense has to – obviously, we know our defense. We have one of the best defenses in the league. So our offense, I think, has to get a little bit more steady. We have to have more, we have to have better production from the offense side of the ball. But I think if we can get that, we have a defense that travels anywhere. We can compete with anybody.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would have liked to obviously seen a little bit better in Kansas City, but hey, still early in the year, a lot of football.
Tough place to play. If you ever played in Arrowhead, tough place to play.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, tell us about your business, man. 33 Fitness.
Yeah, I'm
Studio 33.
Studio 33 Fitness.
You've been doing it for a long time.
I've been doing it for about 10 years, but I've been owning my own business for about 5 years.
Okay.
So, I was at all the big gyms around the area, and the one thing that I didn't think that they did was pay attention to the people personally, treating people like people instead of numbers. So they get all these people in there and they just get all the money from you, make you sign all of these big deals.
Right.
So then when you want to leave, then they add on this and they add on that. So I just decided to, open my own place, treat people like people, and try to get people healthy, and that's kind of how it all started.
How about what you learned in sports that carries you through in business and life? Is there one or two things?
Like I said, I just try to treat people like people.
Yep.
I try to look on the other side and say, well, how would I want somebody to treat me when I'm coming into this establishment, right? So when they walk in through my doors, I just say, look, the thing about it is when you walk up, I don't want you dreading it.
Right. Right.
Okay?
Right, yeah.
So come in and get a good workout. We're going to work together to try to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. But when you walk out here, I want you to be happy with what you're doing and look forward to you coming back. So that's the whole goal behind it.
That's great. How can people find you, James? Look at number 2 and tell them how they can find it.
You can find me at Studio 33, obviously, and the number there is 904-910-2520. If you're looking for somebody who wants to train you and just be a part of you growing and learning more about training, I'm the guy.
You're the man.
Yeah.
You're the man. Can you still bench a lot? Because remember, you and I used to be bench pressing.
I'm still doing
partners.
130s.
Jeez.
Still doing dumbbells 130.
Jeez,
Yeah,
James.
I
used
figured,
to crush me in the bench.
I figured like my body and my age will tell me when I need to drop down. So
There you
I
go.
try to keep my,
Yeah.
everything that I can do to the maximum because life and age will kind of tell me when I need to back off.
That's great.
And then I'll just slow it down as it happens.
Good philosophy, man. Great to have you on the
Thanks,
show.
bro.
Cheers. Thanks
Cheers,
so
bro.
much. James Stewart. Catch him at Studio 33 and Atlantic Beach on Atlantic Boulevard. More to come, including a very special up close and personal. Stay tuned.
What makes the Tom Bush Family Dealership so special?
It's because we treat our customers like family.
I like the fact that I can come and call him and say, oh, this is what's going on.
We're here for you. That's a cool thing.
It feels like that. It feels like I'm a family member of the BMW now. What's my next car going to be, the M?
No, an 8 Series Coupe.
Ooh, really?
Google it.
Okay, I'll Google it.
We invite you to join our growing family.
Visit one of our 7 locations today and experience the Tom Bush difference.
All right, time once again for Up Close and Personal, and a good friend of mine with a great cause is here. It's Shar Fontaine Westfall, who's here to talk about the 2nd annual Tee It Up for the Troops golf tournament. Shar, great to have you.
Thank you for having
Welcome
me.
to Tommy Max.
I love it. Thanks
I
for
love
having
that you're here as well. We talked offline, and I know about your story about your late husband, who was a Navy SEAL, was killed in a rescue operation to help 4 soldiers that were stuck on the mountain. Many of you know it as the story of Lone Survivor. He was killed along with 18 other soldiers in that Apache helicopter crash. I remember it like it was yesterday, and And gosh, what a just an unbelievable story.
It is. I was glad that it was shared. A lot of people ask me how I feel about that how Marcus. But I appreciate it. I think that America needs to know what our military sacrifice is and how different it is for us compared to who we're fighting against, what the rules we have to follow.
Right.
So.
No, absolutely. How did you feel about the film? Did you feel like it was depicted in what you believe to?
I mean, from what I've been told, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little bit of Hollywood, but I feel that they did a good job, and it's hard to say it's a good movie from my point of view, but I think they did a good job.
Well, it's history, right? And that was a big story, and all of us remember. Though, first and foremost, God bless your late husband.
Thank you.
And let's cheers to him because he's very well deserving of that, and so are you. You have since remarried. You have 3 children.
I do.
Drew, your husband, and you are now putting on this great tournament to help other organizations. It's your 2nd annual. Tell us about the golf tournament.
I'm excited. I've wanted to do something to honor Jacques for many years, and he loved golf. My husband now loves golf, and we met one of the foundations that we're benefiting. We went out and visited them, and we're like, how can we help them? They're small. They're all volunteer run. And we thought, let's do a golf tournament. So last year was our first one, and I kind of threw it together in a month. This year I have more help, which is a blessing. I need it. So it's our second one, and we're excited.
And who are you helping? You're helping some foundations.
2 local foundations. Soldiers Freedom Outdoors. They're based between Gainesville and Keystone area. They host weekend retreats for veterans. They'll do all male, all female, families, have them out there, equestrian therapy, that sort of thing. And then the other is True Blue Navy Benefactors. They're local to Mayport, and they're also all volunteer run, and they are raising money to build an entire play workout area on Mayport base for the families.
Oh, that's great.
Right.
You know, one thing, I mean, you're doing some great work. I always think about the families. You know, the ultimate sacrifice is leaving your family to go fight for our country. I believe that. I truly believe that. It's not playing football on Sunday. It's not hitting a baseball. It's going to defend your country and the families that are left behind, because you don't know if they're coming back. You don't know how they're coming back and what kind of shape. But what would you say to wives, to girlfriends, of servicemen, or even husbands, servicemen and women, that are waiting for their loved one to come home? What would you say to them?
You have to stay positive. You have to have your support system, because you need to be the support for them. They're not going to be able to do their job. And you can have your bad days and you can get down about the constant travel and them being gone, but I think you need to vent that to other people and just stay positive and stay busy and have a good group around you.
And stay with good people, right? You always got to be around good people. There are going to be a lot of good people at the tournament, October 19th, Eagle Harbor Golf Club. What else can we expect at this awesome event?
Well, we're going to try to keep it fun and lighthearted, but we're remembering the fallen and the reason we're there. We have the colors being presented. We have the national anthem being sung. We're going to have a military hole. We have a great place out in Orange Park that's providing a bunch of military uniforms and set up the supply bunker. So we'll have a military hole. You're going to have to tee off in the helmet, weighted vest.
Oh, wow. No kidding.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I may have to try that.
Come on out.
We'd
love to have you.
Yeah.
Everyone gets up there and they're kind of like,
Right.
How do I
don't realize how heavy it is, I bet.
Yes. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
So it kind of gives you a little bit, think about the military, but we're still having fun and we're raising money and, we're honoring the fallen by supporting the living. That's our goal.
Look in that camera number 2 and please tell people how they can get involved, whether it's donations, a foursome, what have you. How can they help?
Okay, everything from silent auctions to raffles. Come out and play. We still have openings, sponsorships. You can go to www.4 and then the word for, FORE, honor.com, or call me, Shar Fontaine Westfall, at 904-687-6637. We'd love to see you out there and have your support.
So we've got 18 holes of golf. We got drinks on the course. We got dinner with 2 drink tickets. This is a event.
Yes.
To help our fallen.
Yes.
And their families.
Exactly.
I love it. Thanks so much for being on the show. Cheers again.
Cheers.
To you, to everything.
Thank you.
And appreciate all you do for people. That's a great thing. All right, more to come right here on The Horse's Mouth on Buzz TV, live from Tommy Max. Brought to you by
big event or party at your home or business? The Jacksonville Party Company. Stress-free, flawless, and memorable. Whether it's for children, a retirement, a wedding, or other social or professional activity, it's stress-free, flawless, and memorable when you involve the Jacksonville Party Company. Contact them today to get your event launched at jacksonvillepartycompany.com.
All right, that's going to do it for us here on this week's edition of The Horse's Mouth. I want to thank James Stewart, man. What a humble dude, great guy. Him and I have been friends a long time. Great football player, a great man in the community. Loves Jacksonville like I do. It was great to have him on. Also want to thank Shar. She was phenomenal. Her husband's story and what she's doing to tee it up for the Troops Golf Tournament. That's just truly remarkable and special, and I'm so honored to have had her on the show. I hope you can at least contribute to that great cause. That's going to do it for us this week, Jacksonville. Hey, I always say believe, create, and hustle. What do I mean? You got to believe yourself and the big man upstairs. You got to create. Use the mind that God gave you, and you got to hustle your butt off. The dreams aren't going to happen unless you hustle. You must do that. So that'll do it for us here at Tommy Max on The Horse's Mouth. Remember this, stay cool, Jacksonville, and be safe out there. We'll see you next time right here on The Horse's Mouth.
Prost, and welcome back to Buzz TV. I'm Mike White. Joining me today, Philip, Glinda, and the Wunderbar Band. Did I pronounce that right? Hey, welcome to the Buzz TV studios.
Thanks,
so, what is better than drinking beer with a beautiful lady early in the morning? Prost! So, thank you guys for coming in. It is your season now.
It is.
So, right now, we are getting ready for Oktoberfest Jacksonville, which is October 12th and 13th at Anheuser-Busch Brewery. An awesome lineup, 20 bands, 2 days of fun, and beer, beer, beer. So tell me about your band.
Well, this is the Wunderbar Band. We're a collection of motley folk. We've got all the traditional instruments. We like to play traditional Oktoberfest music with a slight twist. We do everything from your grandfather's music to not your grandfather's music. Johnny Cash, Elvis, to high-no and yodeling. It's anything that can be Oktoberfest is, and we do it.
Now, what is the song that sticks in your mind every night that you are just tired of playing?
None of them.
Oh, look at that. So some of the fact points that some of my crew researched. The one wedding song that people do not want to hear is the best song for Oktoberfest.
The chicken dance.
The chicken dance.
Well, I don't actually play on the chicken dance, so I'm not tired of it. That's when I go drink beer.
We look forward to seeing you guys at Oktoberfest Jacksonville, Anheuser-Busch Brewery, October 12th and 13th. Get your tickets at Oktoberfest with a K, oktoberfestjacksonville.com, and come see the Wunderbar Band. Prost!
Prost! Prost!